Back by popular demand, apparently, we are back to talking about a different dimension of friends and money. You're listening to
Jom Sembang Malaysia.
I'm only saying that it's back in popular demand because a lot of my friends are really like, the topic really help them to actually go talk to a friend about the money that they want to spend in the cafe together.
Cool.
Yeah, and I have some of my friends who go like, so Gina, today our budget is
Actually, people like to talk about money, I think. They like to listen about money. Maybe they don't talk about it.
yeah,
that's
money and relationship lah.
Yeah, lor.
Okay, so like I just realized some things that people don't do or do often. I don't know lah. Okay, so it's basically, do you lend money to people?
why. Is that, you're asking me?
Like not people,
No.
friends. Yeah.
Generally, no. I think when I was growing up, my mother always had this saying, never be, never a lender or borrower be. Something like that. They got all these like, old sayings that kind of like flowery one.
So based on my experience, like listening to so many stories of people like, friendship being broken because after they borrow money, lend money and all those things. So my first principle is like, okay lah, just don't do money and friends lah. Like fair lah, don't
mix
touch
don't
money
mix
lah. Yeah.
But there's a difference lah. I think there's those that I've heard stories. Nobody has actually asked me before. But like, hey, can I borrow 300 ringgit from you because I need to buy something or whatever. Sometimes it's when you are going out with friends and they forgot their wallet or
okay lah.
that one different lah. That one is like advance dulu lah kind of
Correct.
thing. Or if it's a small amount, then aku belanja lah je, right? But if it's
hi Juwita, can I borrow some money?
that one hasn't. No, nobody. Maybe I don't know. My face, is it a bit scary face? Nobody asked me before.
So I had two encounters of that. My first one was there was this friend colleague kind of thing that the company that we work with were always late in paying our salary.
Oh,
So she had a little bit of problem like paying her car loan or something like that.
late means how late?
Suka hati tu boss lah. The boss was an alcoholic. So
Aduh.
dia suka bangun tak suka bangun. Bila dia sedar tak sedar, sober tak sober lah.
Tapi ni 1 hari 2 hari ke?
It could
Seminggu
be
ke?
3 days, less than a week lah.
Okay.
So maybe back then the repayments are very strict one mah. You must follow every 25th or something like that.
Okay.
So I think it affected that
Yeah.
part of her planning.
Right.
So when she asked me for it, we are not that close.
Yeah.
But I kind of know that our salaries are coming in.
Yes.
And it should be paid lah.
Yep.
And she doesn't have a record of like not paying. That's one
Okay.
thing. Or always no money. And I think no, she always have this record of like, she use her money, we pay. Everything is quite nice one. Our lunch is I pay you back 30 cents. We sort that out.
Okay.
So I
Track
thought
record okay lah.
can't be that bad lah. And it was like maybe 800 or something that she wanted to borrow.
Wow. Okay.
So I said, oh, okay lor. I said, the most you don't pay me that, I tell the boss to just minus your paycheck lah. That maybe that was the assurance I had.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I did let it off.
Okay.
And then the second time my friend was like,
She paid back?
she paid back
Okay.
the moment she got her salary.
Okay,
So I
cool.
thought like, not that scary lah. Then came this friend who I know constantly have no money.
Right.
Like always like not enough makan or like really tight with money one lah.
Okay.
And then
tight as in
like her day-to-day
not stingy
basis
lah,
is
but
quite-
just tight lah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just tight lah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it reached a point where I know she also borrow money from a lot of people. And so I'm like, okay, when she asked me, I need to buy this new laptop because my laptop broke down and I need it to work so that I can get money.
Yeah.
So I just went a bit dodgy.
Okay.
Because from her past background, plus this, then after that I need to work in order to pay that. I was wondering when is that payment ever going to come lah.
Yes.
Okay. So after that, maybe because I'm a bit more compassionate, and then I said, okay, how much you need? 3,000-4,000. Wow, that one also macam tak ada leh. I mean, number one is whether I have it or not.
Yeah.
Okay. Number two is whether I'm willing to part with it, not knowing that you might not pay me back in the next 1 month.
Yes.
Okay.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things that, something that I believe is if you really want to help somebody out and they're asking for 800 or whatever, if you want to so-called loan the money, take it as given.
Correct. Like you will never get it back.
Yeah. And then I suppose you won't have that, unmet expectations or
Some sort
something
like that
lah.
lah.
Yeah.
So with this 3,000-4,000, because this friend we're not very close, but I know that she sees me as someone who has always been very helpful.
Okay.
Always
somebody very
helping
rich, is it?
her. she knows that I'm not rich. Like I'm not the
Okay.
well-to-do, but I'm slightly better in finance management than her. Okay, so she knows that I'm not well-to-do. I'm probably just like her, like barely afford it, kind of thing, So when she asks, then I'm a bit like, why you ask me? Like, because she borrow from everybody, no more
Wow.
people to borrow from, So I think, so after that, I remember like, okay, this person wants to start a new lah.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, why not lor? So I do have some tips when it comes to lending money to friends.
Okay.
For example, having it black and white. Because your memory, after a while.
Yes.
Did I borrow 3,000 or 4,000? I think 3,000, right?
And have I paid you
Hello,
back, the
1,000 is
record?
like a lot of money, kid.
Yeah.
It's not like 10 and 20 ringgit. So black and white. So the black and white I had was on WhatsApp.
Yes.
Time where we have like, okay, you acknowledge blah, blah, blah amount. And then I start it.
Yeah.
And then with this friend, I know that she won't be able to pay me one shot. So every month you pay me 200. And then I will just deduct lor.
Yes,
So I said, this
that
month deduct is how much. And again, I send it over, she acknowledged and I start it. So that was how I keep track lah. So I remember she pay, alright, the first 2-3 months after that, never pay for a year.
Then
By the time she finally like, hey, come, let me pay some now. That's like, I don't even remember how much. She don't remember how much. I don't remember how much. And stuff like that. So that whole written part is very helpful for both parties.
yes, of course.
Especially if the party are genuine to return your money lah.
Yeah.
But I also have a policy lah, which a little bit more Christian lah. I say that if number one, like you say, if I lend the money, I pretend I don't have it anymore. And number two, if I lend the money and you don't return on the 7th year, I just
Oh.
the Bible says
Yes.
on the 7th year all debts are forgotten or washed away or start from
Start
zero
anew,
again.
yeah.
I will actually do that. But I won't go and tell you I won't tell you straight on the face I will like wait for that 7th year and say, by the way, now it's the 7th year. If you did intend to pay me back, never mind lah. I just halalkan.
Yeah.
But if you want to repay in any other ways, feel free to lah.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that was one of the ways to reduce the poverty gap, like equal distribution of wealth. kind of thing.
Correct. So I did that with this friend who actually finally paid back maybe 4 years later lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So I think how you manage it is quite important.
True. But after the break, I want to talk about why do some people often get asked to loan money? And why is it such a sensitive thing to people, this money thing? This episode is brought to you by 2105 Productions. Now, if you're looking for a place to do podcasts like us, call JD, look them up on, they're everywhere. Twitter, Facebook,
Yeah, but you must say
Instagram.
21:05. 21:05. That's what you should be searching for.
Yeah. If you're looking to record a song, a demo, you can do it here too.
Okay, so just now you mentioned that thing that there's this recent thing that really flashed through my mind. The same friend. Okay, who borrowed 3,000-4,000 that one.
Yeah.
Okay, recently really down rut, like pit bottom until kau like that.
Right. Oh,
Okay,
dear.
it's reached such a point that I feel that I can't even help her.
Okay.
But we have a mutual friend who is a bit richer
Oh, okay.
and who is a little bit more willing to help if it determines your life and death, your survival, stuff like that lah.
Okay.
Okay, so this friend, I was like, hey, this girl cannot help really. Like, I cannot really lah. Like, I even hired her even when I had no money. I said, okay, I hire you, do work lah, and then pay you money lah and stuff like that. So it reached a point where I said, I cannot. So this richer friend hired lah, because this richer
Right.
friend got business ma.
Okay.
So can hire and stuff like that. But the girl was really doing really horribly bad.
Oh dear.
So it reached a point where, it's not worth that. How to say it? I give you free money, so it doesn't work like that.
Okay.
So she took a break for medical issues and stuff like that. But then she
Alright.
cannot afford medical help.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay, so me and this richer friend,
Yes.
richer friend said, okay, my negotiation is, why don't we just help her the medical part? Because this
Okay.
friend is quite generous. I know her to be someone who really helps people who in need, people
Yeah.
who like COVID 2 weeks, no work, then she will pay that salary even though it's nothing to do with her.
Okay.
She's that kind of very generous lah. Just make sure you live life, that kind of
Yeah.
person. And as long as you don't take her for granted lah.
Okay.
Okay, so I said, I think this is one area that we can help. So okay, then she said, agree lah. Whatever financial needs that you need for your medical immediate attention, she will pay.
Right.
So okay, she started paying. Then after that, this friend started to go like one random day call and say, hi, I need an X-ray today. Like no explanation, nothing. Like, can you pay? So for me, right, wow. At first, I need to persuade this friend and say, hey, let us help you.
Yeah.
Because she's also a bit like, I don't take people money lah. If I cannot, don't owe people money, that kind of thing. So once she's open to accept help, it became the extreme. So I was like,
Okay.
is this considered exploiting or? So you reach a point, this rich friend will call me, hey, what extra is he talking about? I said, I also don't know lah. Never mentioned. So and then when we ask, and then we find things are not very telling and stuff like that.
Right.
And then we're like, hey, something is wrong. So my question today is when it comes to friends and money, some friends are helpful, generous or whatever not. At what point do you stop? Like for my friend, I'm asking her, hey, you can stop. Then she said, but then I cannot see her go and disappear to the black pit. What?
Yeah.
But where do you draw the line? Is what I'm thinking about.
I don't know. That's the thing, right? So just now I was saying, who are the people that actually get asked for money and those who don't? Also, like you get asked, I don't get asked.
I'm quite fun. I actually find it quite funny that I get asked because most of the people who ask me knows that I might not have it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
because they know that I work freelance. I'm not a
yeah.
fixed regular, earner and stuff like that.
Correct. But coming back to that question about how far is too far, I think my thing is once it starts, it starts. It's like almost like, I don't know, like once you take one nangka chip or potato chip, it's like you're going to take some more. So it's either if people are going to ask you for money, of course there is that. There are those people who really, I just need this just to tide me over and I don't even want to borrow money, but hey, just help me to tide me over and that. Then there are the other people who, once they take, it's like they just keep on,
Okay lah, then
So
I guess I should set a rule that says that if I lend you once and you never return, chances of me lending you twice is almost zero. The third time is gone lah. Forget about it. I won't lend you to you.
But is that a normal thing for people?
Yeah, but what if it's a life-threatening thing?
Yeah, that's the
So it's
thing.
a bit.
So the other question.
The best solution to that is don't have money to lend lah.
No, so my question to that is also, how is the lending actually helping the person? So for example, people who have an addiction to whatever lah, that require money one kind of addiction lah, helping them to tide over does not actually help in a sense. And somebody who actually once told me that if you want to help people like that, you really need to let them hit rock bottom because only then they're desperate and then only they will change lah. Some things need to change lah in their life. So helping them out, even just to tide until next month, is not necessarily helping in the long run.
True.
So
We can have a totally big addiction topic to talk about the next round.
Yes.
Okay. So back to this friends and lending money thing. I think setting ground rules are very important.
Yeah.
To make it less awkward and don't break your friendship kind of thing.
Yes.
So for me, as a lender so far,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have the guts to go and borrow money from a friend. First thing is to have it written. Second thing is to track the track record.
Yeah.
Okay, if it one time gone, then don't bother about second or third time. Even though it's life saving lah, because you cannot be saving someone's life forever lah.
Correct.
Okay, so the third one is probably like you say, give the money, pretend you don't have it anymore lah.
Yeah.
That would be my tips as a lender. I don't know. I haven't been borrowing, so
And I think lend responsibly as well lah.
yeah. I think always remember for me, the person who wants to borrow the money needs it more than you. So it's only right, or rather for me, I feel entitled to know what you use it for, when you plan to pay, and all the details. If you
Yeah,
cannot
yeah.
explain it to me, chances are it's not going to be a good lending experience. Therefore, I don't.
And it will mar your thing because every time you see her face, there's going to be a dollar sign on the forehead. And vice versa.
Yeah, but I just been looking back in the sense that recently I've been in need of money,
Yeah.
and I've lent some money out
Okay.
the last 2 pandemic years because of some friends who really need it.
Right.
And then after that, you hear news of them buying watches that is 1,000 ringgit, 5,000
Yalah,
ringgit. And
macam
you're
tu
like,
lah.
but you haven't returned me my money.
Yeah,
Why are
that's
you
the
doing
thing.
that? So that really makes me reflect a certain bit more about, why am I lending money when I'm not really,
That you can't afford it.
actually it might be my saving money. Like if it's rains tomorrow, that's my money. But I'm quite willing to lend it out lah.
Okay lah. But maybe
So I'm
maybe you
reflecting
need
on
to put a
myself.
bit more, what's the word? Requirements on your savings one. This one, how cannot touch, like really cannot touch, cannot. Then if you tell people that you cannot lend, it's actually really cannot because it's already going against your policy sana lah.
Yeah. The other question before we end is, when you lend your friend money, do you lend it with interest or not?
Ayo, no lah. I wouldn't lah. I haven't learned before lah. But I don't think so.
Yeah, I also haven't, but there's a friend who told me, Gina, sometimes putting an interest helps.
That makes sense.
Interest that's lower than a bank.
Oh
help.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I suppose it would, right? Because they want to pay it faster than
Correct.
later lah.
Anyway, food for thought.
Yeah.
Think about it, especially if you have friends coming after you for money.
Jom Sembang Malaysia is hosted by two Malaysians who are passionate about Malaysian stuff.
Stay tuned every week for a brand new Sembang session with Cerita Suito and Gina Yap Layung.
Today's episode is recorded at Studio 2105.
Remember to click like and subscribe for the brand new episode next week.